Hey guys, how's it going? It's a new episode of Rusty and Sham.
Yeah, and you know, as always, up move.
It's an up move.
Yes. She's getting it slowly. She's slowly getting it.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about funeral. Is made for the living?
Yeah, like is it made for the living, really, or for the dead people? Let's get up the conversation. This is the music segment, right? And we have somebody where we brought on before already, right?
Yeah,
you know her, Lola Bunz. But this time she have a different song, right? It's called Chapter 1.
Chapter 1? Okay.
And just listening to it, just give it a listen. Tell me what you think.
Look me into my eyes, tell me what do you see? Outside looking in, probably look like I had it easy. Cover a lot of pain and happiness, but they been shitting on me. Ain't got a lot of friends left, probably less than 3. You can't trust the soul, people wanna be demons. First they lying and they stealing, get some money and they scheming. All the hate and the jealousy, thank God for my remedy. All I got are my melodies, long as I stay breathing. You grew up complaining, I just took that shit. Had to build my house up every little brick by brick. Crown Royal in the fridge, daddy getting too lit. Mama working all day, coming home trying not to get hit. I could live rough on the road, could give a fuck about a hoe. Do rag, white tee, hoodie, when they call me I'm ready to.
Alright. See me I tell you.
Yes.
My girl Bunz always comes through, you hear that?
Chapter 1.
It's fire.
Chapter 1.
Alright.
Okay. That song was fire. I liked it. Especially, and always speaking facts. Like, I feel like all the music that you guys are saying is always speaking facts.
Always.
Right? Something about jealousy, something about she only had 3 friends. That means she was speaking her true life. Like, you know what I mean? So, kudos to you, Lola Bunz. So.
And it wasn't easy for her, right?
Exactly.
Basically. But no, this kind of ties a little bit
into our serious talk, eh? Okay. So, all right. So today we were talking about funerals, and that's what we were getting into. There's a quote, and I'm gonna go and find this quote. It says, "Funerals are for the living. If we have not done for the dead, while they were yet in flesh, it is too late. Let the matter pass at the grave. Day by day, we should live for those who are to die, and die for those who are to live. Funerals are for the living." What do you think about that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think funerals are for the living. Like, funerals are for the people that are alive.
Why do you say that?
The people that are dead, they're gone already. Like, they don't, even if you throw them in a cardboard box or just throw them in the hole, like, it doesn't
They're
matter.
gone. Like, they don't know.
Spirit, like, they're not in that body anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, well, you know what? If you put it into terms like that, yes, I agree with that too. But sometimes the dead, like, even though they are not, alive, sometimes they do have their final wishes. You know what I mean? So they want it to be a funeral, like by the graveside, as opposed to cremation. You know what I mean? So yes, it is for the family to kind of get together. Sometimes the wishes for the person who did die, they want people to come together. You know what I mean? And it sucks that it goes to that point. You know what I mean? Because like the family is always so spread out that they only come together at a specific time, and one of them is a funeral.
And the thing is, everybody's all hugs, kisses. Oh my God, I haven't seen you in ages. Yeah. Right? But it has to take that for people to realize, say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like, you know what, yeah, you are right. It is for the living, because even though the person who is dead is wanting you to come together, they ain't even there. You're right.
Exactly.
So, but the thing is, it's sad. I think it's very sad, to be honest, that we are only going to meet up with your family, friends, people coming from all kinds of towns to go to this funeral instead of coming together when the person is alive and we all kind of gather up. So this is something that I'm looking at, and I'm like, yeah, it's more for the living, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So why do we have funerals?
Why do we have it? I think it allows family members to express themselves.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people, why they don't see each other, they have like little grievances with each other and they keep white.
Yeah.
Right? But then the funeral gives you a chance. Because when somebody dies, you don't care about none of that anymore. You don't care. You just want to make sure, because them time that it really hit you and you say, yo, any one of these people could be gone. I care about them. I just have certain grievances. That's why I don't deal with them. Yeah, yeah. But it makes sense to clear that air in that time.
That I agree with too. It just, when they come together and clear the air, I feel like they come together to go and celebrate. You know what I mean? Celebrate another person who was there. But I feel like a lot of funerals, right? The ones that I went to, because everybody is being brought together, sometimes you don't actually know the person who died. Yes, they're family members. Yes, do you know what I mean? Sometimes because they bring so much people around and they're like, oh, this is your family member. And you're coming together, and then you come to the funeral and you're meeting a whole bunch of cousins. You're meeting a whole bunch of you know what I mean? Okay. So I think having funerals is so that you guys can kind of connect and get to know other people within the family. And I think that's the idea of it, so that we can get together, we can meet, we can connect. And sometimes it happens. Most of the time you say, "Oh, no, I see you."
No. But what's funny when me there laugh. What I was thinking is, you do know, like, sometimes funerals is when you meet your half brothers or half sisters.
That's what I'm saying.
Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, I didn't even know.
Yeah. And it's always so weird and like so awkward, because you're like, oh, you're my brother.
I didn't even know about you. Yeah.
So I think that's one like awkward positive, because it's awkward. It's not gonna, you can't avoid the awkwardness, but it is a positive, because now you've met somebody that is in your bloodstream that you didn't even know, and maybe you can connect. Maybe you think that person is cool. Usually you fall off eventually, because you know, but at least you now know, you're aware that you have actually more family. It's not just you. And so that's something that I do see with funerals, and why we come together.
All right. What's another reason though? Like, what's another reason for like having a funeral?
It's a celebration of life. Celebration. Some people will cry and whatever, but there's different cultures, right, on how they deal with death. The way that I look at a funeral, it's a celebration of death. Not celebration of death, celebration of the person's life. Okay. More say. And it's the part where we eat a lot of food, we come together. What do you do on Christmas? And I know that's a pagan holiday or whatever. You come together, you know what I mean? These big, the ideology for these things is to come together and to celebrate. You know, celebrate the person's life, celebrate with the people that and people that they loved and the loved ones that are around. And so that's what I think a funeral is. It's a celebration of life. You see some people wearing white to funerals, right? Yeah. In different cultures. Some people wear black because they are mourning. Like, it just depends on the culture. And I think funerals, it's worldwide. It's not like it's only one culture who does it. You know what I mean? So I think funerals are it's kind of iffy to say it this way, but I think funerals are great. For the celebration of the person's life. You see what they did, you hear their stories, you heard what they did to touch another soul on earth when they were alive. You hear their backstories. So it's just kind of getting together and just kind of seeing what another person did and celebrate their life. So.
And there's another thing where they say it offers a constructive environment for people to reevaluate their views on their life, on their own life.
I agree. Because depending on the death, right? Because there's different ways to dying, right? If it is a murderous death, that can also change somebody's perception, and they don't want to live a certain lifestyle that they used to live with the person, right? It's a reality check, right? There's some people who dies off of like cancer, right? So even though you don't have the cancer, you don't have the, you know, the same problems that the other person had and why that person died, you appreciate your life a little bit more because you're thankful that you don't have those symptoms. You didn't have to go through that pain. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm looking at it, and I'm like,
You're right.
You know?
You're right. But there's one thing where I always think about. I say, yo, this is what it takes for some people for really look on things a certain way and change.
Change your life,
and some people still do not change.
Yeah.
They'll start and then they stop. Like, they'll say cancer run in the family. We get to find out, say, cancer run in the family only because everybody eat the same food that create that cancerous cell inside of you.
Yeah.
When they see somebody die from it, maybe that will trigger something in their brain to say, you know what, maybe I need to change this.
That's true. Yeah.
Man, they are about to do like badness, shoot people, kill people, whatever. When somebody for them dies, like some people go the other side where they want revenge and they're gonna do it.
Yep.
But then I realize, say, that's a sign for sure. You say, yo, why you gonna just do the killing and the what? Like, it gonna fall back on you, like.
Exactly. It goes back in a circle.
Yeah.
So, like you said, like that, a funeral is a great place to kind of like reevaluate, like look at what's happening. Look what's happening. Learn the lesson there. If you are in in that situation where it is a murderous, don't you know, because if you throw something out in the universe, nature's law is gonna come back to you regardless. So you can go and be retaliating, but you know it's gonna come back
again. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
All right. That's facts. When them said whatever you put out, you get back. This is why they said to watch your thoughts.
Yeah. Yep.
Like the things that you think about, you try to switch it to what you want it to be.
Yeah.
It might seem like a fairy tale, but you'd be surprised that life start becoming like a fairy tale.
Yep. Hey, they say life is about a dream. That's what it is. So if you're thinking about murderous certain situations, it's gonna come back to you, dude. You know what I mean? But for those who die in natural causes, for old ages, for example, I look at that like, again, another celebration of life. And you can go and listen to that person's story and be like, oh shoot, that person did this, and this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I can be this too. Like, you know what I mean?
Alright, with old age, like say grandma gone, she's supposed to glad say she'll go.
Yeah.
She's been talking about Jesus and God and she want to go see him. No, it's your chance.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, for us, we don't know what they experience when they die and they leave their bodies. We don't know what they're dealing with. But for us, I'm looking at it like, you're old, you wise, you got the gray hair, because they say that people who have gray hair, they wise, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm like, what can I learn from your life? Right? And a lot of people don't do this. People say that funerals are boring. You know, like you go and listen to the obituary and you're like, oh my gosh, like holy smokes, like, you know. So some people people fall asleep. I've seen it. So for me, I'm like, why? No, I'm serious. Me as a kid going to a couple of funerals, it was snoozeville. Okay.
Funeral business with not this girl said she fell asleep at the funeral.
I was 12, okay?
With bare people balling?
Hey, listen, it was 12. I didn't know. I didn't understand.
So people are balling in the field nowhere? I'm just going to take a sleep. So. You see people are balling, I'm going to take a sleep.
Hey, tell me one person who will not tell you that funerals are boring. It is boring. Work it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot, see, so I could tell you that, like, and even adults who have short attention spans, and now it's even worse now that everybody has short attention spans, they ain't gonna go and be listening to the person's life. So I recommend listening to the person's story, because people are telling you their story. You can learn from them, you know what I mean? And so I think that's one important thing to go and like look at when you're going to the funeral. Listen in, see what went right in their lives.
All right.
You know?
Right. So let me ask you something. Do you think not having a funeral make things more difficult for those who are grieving the loss of you?
I think if you choose not to do a funeral, it's okay. But I think it's important for everybody to come together.
You know, say, before, I never used to think nothing of it, because I only thought about life. I never thought about death.
Yeah.
My uncle there think, say, yo, if I'm dead, somebody just throw me in a hole, whatever. Like, yeah. I'm gone. Like, why you guys want to come on and celebrate me? Yes, but like, why don't I think so much into it? But I realize the funeral is for the living.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for me personally.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just, maybe me go there in a spirit, flick couple people ears, ooh, try to scare some people, and then, you know, just as a joke.
Yeah.
As a spirit. But like, it's not really for me. So me now start agree with this. Before me never used to agree with this.
Yeah. If I had to be honest, I had the same thinking, where I was like, if I died, then I die. Yeah. Like, you could just throw me over. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not like, I'm just saying, but like, even I was speaking to a family member in the past. They're like, just cremate me, and I'm like, no, you have to have a funeral. But she was telling me, to cremate me, it's still expensive regardless. They're saying that it's a money grab. You know what I mean?
Because in the ancient time, they used to mummify the Egyptians and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like, that was a whole ceremony and everything for them. Yeah. Right?
Different cultures too, right?
Yeah, but with as black people, as we say, the culture that we have, right? I think about them and say, yo, because we're very in touch with our people, with our ancestors, and I don't want nobody make it feel like it's something bad to do that, and voodoo and whatever. Yeah. Right? But I really want people to.
You want people to go and really look into something?
Yeah, because the society. If we weren't in this society, it would be fine. Yeah. Because back home, all we used to do, dig a hole, and then the night everybody come around
with their candles and everything,
drink rum and whatever, and then But because of the society we live in and the money it takes to do it, I feel like that's a thing that should be in place. Well,
for me, with the funeral, I feel like it is more of a money grab nowadays. Yeah. Than in the past. In the past, like you said, like if people celebrate it, they dig a hole, they put you down, and they celebrate your life. Now it's $20,000 just for the tombstone. It's $5,000 for a cheap tombstone, and the tombstone is like this one little cross. It's nothing.
Yeah, but not even that. I see people at a parade, people in a like a glass casket thing and drive around. Yeah. And it's a bit like it's a big thing now. Yeah. And then you have a certain hearse if you want a Cadillac hearse, if you want a. Yeah. So it is, but it's a society we live in, and if we can get a hold of ourselves. Yeah. Like, get a hold of ourselves where we don't get caught up in all of that. Yeah. It could work. It could go back. But everybody has to be on board with that.
Well, that's it, right? It's just to go and get a whole crowd of people. That's the hard part, to go and say, hey, we're just letting, and I think we spoke about this before, we just let things just happen. And we don't go and speak up, or we don't like to change anything, and we just say, okay, this is what it is.
All right, our slogan we always use is, I saw it go. In all different languages. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Like, you know, we just...
It is what it is.
It is what it is. In every culture, we just... That's our slogan.
Yeah.
And when we decide to change that, because we're the people, we're the ones that's doing this. So we don't have to agree with it.
Yeah. And I'm going to go back to the money thing, because it boggles my mind that we have to spend so much money for somebody dying. They're dead.
You're gone, my guy.
So why do we have to pay so much? And when we have to stress out about a whole bunch of things, you know how much people, their daughters or the sons of their parents, they're stressing out because they're trying to go and get their paperwork and all the government stuff and everything to go and why do they have to do all of that? They're grieving, you know what I mean? They're already sad, and now they have to go and do a whole bunch of things to go and deal with because your dad, your mom, your parents, your sister, your siblings died. Come on.
I want to tell you, I see some funeral and I see some people in some sharp suit. Where when them living there, they've never been in something like that before. But they put them in it when they put a dead body in that.
Seen?
Who you get that again for put on?
Seen?
So that this is one time.
Yeah.
When them living, them can't get a suit there for wear.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this is where I'm looking at it and I'm like, we can't keep the body. That's the thing.
No, but it's not going to deteriorate.
There's no win-win over here. You can't keep the body because why would I want to have the dead body inside my home? You know what I mean? Why would I want to? You have to go to the funeral home to go and either cremate, which is $500 to $1,000 and it could be more, or you have to go and get the casket, the tombstone, the whole nine.
Alright, may I ask you something? How much do you go to a funeral? Like where you bury someone, how much do you go there? Like if somebody dies for you, how much do you go there?
Sometimes people go on special occasions.
Exactly.
But it's not like a weekly thing, it's not a daily thing.
But you see how properly groomed it is.
Yeah.
You see how nice it is.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's their home. Or so they say.
So Wolana, why your home when you live in don't look the same?
Hey, no judgment?
No, I'm just saying.
But I'm gonna say, hey, that's facts.
No, because I say like, that's a way to look on it. Why is it so, like everything's so nice when you're dead, when you cannot enjoy it?
Yeah.
When you're living, you live in such a deplorable condition.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it's kind of backwards, actually.
What are we doing?
It actually sounds very backwards, to be honest.
What are we doing?
Okay. There's different types of funerals and burials. What are a couple of them?
You know what I'm talking about, like some full service funeral?
Yeah.
But
that's like the most common one, I think it is, right?
Like somebody take care of everything for you?
Yeah, and then they speak about it. You go to a funeral home, they have the whole service, everything. That's the most common one, right? There is, I saw the burial of the sea, at the sea. Some people go to the sea and they drop the body there.
Home burial? Oh yeah, this used to be common back home because that's the church. Like you have land, you bury the person on their land.
Like at their home? Or?
Yeah, on the homeland you see the graves. But then I think the government have a problem with that because selling the house. Like you know,
the body.
Yeah, and then someone else, say somebody from overseas come down to buy it, and then there's a grave on it. Like
True.
They probably want to dig it up.
Yeah.
But then that's my
yeah.
That's something close to me.
Yeah, you're disturbing.
So that's why they don't really want to do the home burials no more.
Okay. That's old school. I think that was everywhere though.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like everybody was doing that. But I see why they do want to regulate that because it's kind of...
Yeah, you don't want to go nowhere where like somebody's grandma, grandpa, everybody was buried on that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not something that I want to go and I'm gonna buy a house that depreciates the house just like right there.
But at the same time, land normally, or I think, should stay in that family.
Hey, I agree with that, but a lot of things are quite opposite than the way that we think, you know what I mean? And it sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So there is also nature, like greenery, burial memorials. So some people go into like the forest and then they bury their loved ones in the forest or wherever they want. So if the person likes hiking, they won't bury them inside the forest where their favorite hiking trail is.
But no, you can't do that.
You can't.
What? What do you mean?
But you can't. But some people do, right?
Yeah, but me no want in the forest. Them is don't spook me in the forest.
Okay, fair enough. But some people they don't business.
Okay.
Yeah, can just put it away from my home. I guess I love you. This is where this is where you like to be.
Yeah.
When you were alive, so they just giving the wishes and giving the wishes to the person who died. You know what I mean, or
so, all right.
Whatever.
Pre-funeral. I've heard about that.
What is a pre-funeral? I have no idea what that is.
Like, cause some people set up how they want their funeral to be.
Yeah.
They already set it up.
Like before they die? Like
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they rehearse.
Huh? Why are you rehearsing your guys' death?
No.
Isn't that aren't you manifesting your death though? Like faster? Are you like what are we doing?
This is
what do you mean?
This is what I was saying. This is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So me I say if me I go like me I call it on sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because death is just it should just happen.
Naturally.
And then you feel like you're not thinking about it.
Yeah. But I guess a lot of people are thinking about it and it goes back to because of the paperwork and all the mess that everything is all regulated. And I think that's the reason why people are thinking about it nowadays. Because back in the day, nobody was thinking about their death.
Why would you?
You shouldn't.
You're living. Why would you think about your death?
You shouldn't be. But in the society that we are in, you have to because
you have to?
Well, you don't have to, but your family is going to pay the price. Your family's going to pay the price. Like, it's crazy. And this is the reason why everyone's like, no, they don't want to go through that.
But there's a couple reasons why they say they do that, right?
Why?
One is for like celebration of life, to say goodbye to that person before they actually go.
Yes.
But I guess that goes for older people.
Yeah.
Like we're like, yo, grandma, feel like y'all kick the bucket just now. Say, yeah, what?
Grandma, you're gonna kick that bucket?
Yeah, I feel like y'all kick the bucket just now. So guess we're going. We're gonna say final goodbyes today. And maybe tomorrow, maybe.
But do you know how heartbreaking that is to say your goodbyes and you're still alive, and you know what I mean? Like that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah, but you know enough old people, like some of them welcome that. Like they just feel tired.
Yeah.
And they're ready whenever.
Yeah.
Like they're fulfilled. They're like, yo, I'm ready anytime. Out. Like,
but
like a lot of them wish when they go to bed they don't wake up. You'd be surprised.
I know.
No, but
that's so sad.
That's sad for you because you don't feel that way. They're over it.
I know, but
the car with them have all and pop down, so them just want to come out of the car.
I know. Oh, that's heartbreaking to hear for me. Yeah, it's heartbreaking to hear. Hey, I'm an empath. Okay, I feel for them.
All right.
But what I'm saying is that like for you to just wake up every single day instead of finding other things to like live for, you're like, I'm done now. I give up.
All right. What about people who have terminally ill? Where the doctor say, yo, you know you have this.
Do you know how many people don't believe that? And then they go and fight because remember your thoughts are what makes it. And so I know a lot of people who beat their terminal illness, but there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm terminally ill, so they believe it. It's a placebo effect too, right?
Yeah, but then some people believe it that's still up there.
I know. That's true. That's true.
All right. Yo, remember somebody say, yo, oh, you're not a microwave. And I say, oh, I don't believe in microwave. I'm going to say, You're not for believing it.
It's a fact. It's right there. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So it's different with believing and
that's it. Fair enough. Fair enough. But there's a lot of people who fight till the end, and what I meant was like there's people who fight to the end and they're joyful and they're like upbeat. But then there's people who are like, oh, I have this, and then their whole like mood is just like sad, and they're not enjoying their life and living to the last day, you know what I mean? So there's some people who are like, yeah, okay, I have this, I'm gonna go and live my life this way, right? I'm gonna do everything that I said I wanted to do in a week or whatever. There's movies about it. There's people, real life people who are like, I'm gonna go and explore the world with, even though I have this, I'm gonna explore the world. But then there's other people who think, oh, I have this, I gotta sit down and just, I'm gonna die, I'm waiting for my death, I'm not gonna live my life.
But that's when enough people open their eyes when that happens. Like a lot of time when they know that their death is near, their funeral is near, that's when they want to do everything. Which, this is why, I said this in an episode before. People say when older people tired of certain things, they start doing certain things.
Yeah.
They could have been doing it from when they were younger.
Yeah.
It's just they always felt like they have more time, which we don't really have a lot of time. Or
they were scared too. So they have more, now they're like, I'm going to die anyway, so now they have more courage. And it's not like, some people use like liquid courage, this is just death courage. Yeah. And so they're like, I'm going to go and do whatever I want to do because I'm going to die anyway. So if I fail at this, I'm going to die anyway. So some people have that thinking where they're like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Even though I couldn't do it when I was younger, even though I couldn't do it when I was a certain age because of a fear, I'm going to go bungee jumping.
So now, this is why I feel like kids were so babies.
Yeah.
Know so much. We think they're idiots because them can't talk.
But they see everything though.
But language is taught. Because remember, them come from the place that we're going.
That's true.
They just came from the place that we're going. So like they know. So that's why they do whatever to the fullest.
Yeah.
They do not care
about anything.
But you're thinking they're dumb. They can't navigate this.
Yeah.
But it's not that. They know that their time is limited.
Yeah.
But then the older they get, you teach them that, oh no, you need to be fear of this. You need to be scared of this.
Scared of everything.
Scared of this.
No.
And these are not even physical things that can hurt you.
Yeah.
It's just like mental.
Yeah, just people giving their agreements to you because of their fear. But what I'm saying is that you're on this earth to live. Live your life. There's no point to look towards death and go towards death and think, oh shoot, let me go and work towards death. That's what you want to do. That's what you're kind of focusing on, right? Then that's you. That's your thing. But like, I encourage you to go and look at something else. Walk, find the little things in the day to go and see. Like even the smallest little thing. Somebody gave me a cookie the other day and I was like jumping for joy. I was clicking my heels. And a lot of people are like, oh wow, like why are you being so extra? But it's the little things in your day that can go and change that mindset where you're like looking towards death. You know what I mean? Hey, live your life, man. Like that's what I'm saying. And I know it's hard for some.
Yeah, but this is what prolongs life. Like, it's kind of like, you're there and you're getting all these different bills piling up.
Yeah.
They're saying this, you owe that. Oh, this is happening, that is happening. That's bringing you closer to the grave. To
your death, yeah, because you're stressing yourself out.
And I'm more explaining this to people right now. A lot of that, it really don't matter. Like
it doesn't.
Like on a larger scale, it don't really matter. Like as if you're dead, it not matter. Like if you're dead, it's not gonna matter.
That's it.
So if it has stress you, let it go. Like it no matter.
That's it. Sometimes you can't control certain things. You know what I mean? So if you're stressing about something that you can't control, like you said, it's bringing you closer to your death.
All right, a bill collector calls you. Oh, you when can we expect a payment? You can expect it right now. But I don't know how you're going to get it. Like, Why you stress your brain? Like,
you can't. And plus, like, there's certain things where you can also look at and be like, hey, listen, I'm not gonna go and put myself through that because my life is more important. But a lot of people are stuck in the mindset that, oh, I'm gonna lose the house, I'm gonna lose this, I'm gonna lose that. But they're not gonna go and take it away right away just because you missed one payment. No, they're not gonna.
No, and a lot of people don't want to go into that stressor. But sometimes something actually forces you to go there.
Yeah.
To feel that, to understand.
And
that.
Sometimes when you try to avoid it, you're still gonna go and hit it. You're still gonna go and miss the bill. So you're just stressed out. You just did put in your hours. You broke your back. You did all of this. You jumped hurdles, and you still missed the bill. You know what I mean? Like, we're stressing about the wrong things here, and this is the reason why we're going closer to a funeral, to the death. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're stressing over nothing. This is not real.
I'm bringing something to you. There's a licensed funeral pre-planner said that pre-planning a funeral is an act of love. What do you think about that?
It's an act of love?
Yeah, because me tell my thoughts on it, but you what do you think?
So I think like having a pre-funeral, it does showcase that, like, in the physical, egotistical way, that yeah, I do love that person, because I'm telling you, hey, but if I have to be real, like my complete thoughts, I don't think that it is, because you're like, okay, yeah, you're dying, you were gonna go and do this, and we're gonna do that, No, I'd rather go and celebrate with the person. You're alive now. I would rather go and do the things that you want to do right now instead of looking into your death. I don't, you know what I mean? I'd rather celebrate your life and doing the things that we can do now together at this moment in time. I do not want to go and pre-plan your funeral.
But this is what I'm saying. What me think is that's just a selling point.
Yeah.
Because you're a pre-planner, so you want the work. That's just a selling point. How is it an act of love? An act of love? Love that you want me to spend my money with you for pre-plan.
But the thing is, that's the thing that everybody thinks that love is to give money or to give things. No, it's to spend the time with the person. Spend the time with your loved ones.
Nipsey also did say, kids spell love, T-I-M-E, time. Time. So like everything else,
no matter.
Nothing else.
It's time.
And a lot of people are grown-up kids.
Yeah.
And they still want that time from whoever they wanted it from.
That's right. People will spend the time with the people that they love the most. So, you pre-planning your funeral? I don't know. Is that really love?
I'm not saying they shouldn't do it.
Not saying that, but is it really love? Because time, you are right, time is more valuable than money. Money, it comes and goes. Time, and time is not real. But time, once it's gone, it's gone. So spend your time with your loved ones instead of pre-planning the funeral. And that's my opinion. You can do whatever you want, but
we know about the wishes that the person that died have.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice to carry that out.
Yeah.
And thing to get it done for them. So that's a plus on that side. But for real, it's not
necessary.
That's not necessary.
Yeah. And I agree.
And everywhere me say funeral home pop up now, if when me go back a year one at a time, everywhere me see and it looks so nice, like the way they set it up, it's so nice. And I say, yo, say enough of these people have never been to a banquet. Yeah. Like a family banquet like this. Yeah. But we're doing it at their funeral.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying in the beginning. We need to come together.
Like more, everybody dress up.
Yeah, but we need to come together more. Before somebody dies in the family.
Well,
that's my thoughts on it, and that's all I have to say about that. There.